In 2014, attorneys in a small Vermont town opened a safe deposit box. Inside, they found stock certificates, hundreds of them. The man who owned them was a janitor. He earned $11 an hour, and he was worth $8 million. Nobody knew. His name was Ronald Read, and in the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact 3 things he did. Things anyone earning any salary can do, that turned $11 an hour into $8 million over 60 years. This is not a story about luck. This is not a story about inheritance. This is a story about 3 habits. 3 habits kept without exception. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what they are and exactly how to start. Ronald Read was born in 1921 in Dummerston, Vermont. A small town, a quiet town. The kind of town that produces no famous people and leaves no mark on history. He was the first person in his family to hitchhike to school. He served in World War II, he came home, he got a job at a gas station, and he stayed. He worked at that gas station for 25 years. Then he became a janitor. He worked until he was 75 years old. He never earned what anyone would call a good income. He drove the same car for decades. He wore the same clothes until they wore out. He ate at the same diner every morning before anyone else arrived. Every morning, Ronald Read sat at the same counter. He ordered the same coffee, and he read the Wall Street Journal. Not once, not occasionally, every single morning for decades. While everyone around him saw a janitor having breakfast, Ronald Read was doing his research. He was studying companies. He was tracking dividends. He was making decisions that would take 60 years to reveal themselves. When Ronald Read's estate was examined, his attorneys found something no one expected: a safe deposit box. Inside, hundreds of stock certificates. Companies that had paid dividends for decades. Companies that had compounded those dividends automatically while Ronald Read mopped floors and pumped gas and read the Wall Street Journal every morning at the same counter. The total value, $8,195,000, from a man who earned $11 an hour. So how did he do it? What was the actual system? There were 3 habits. 3 habits he kept without exception for over 60 years. Habit 1. Spend less than you earn. Always. Every month, no exceptions. Ronald Read never upgraded his lifestyle to match his income. He never bought things he didn't need. The gap between what he earned and what he spent, that gap was sacred to him, because that gap was the fuel. Most people spend first and save what's left. Ronald Read invested first and lived on the rest. Most people keep their money in savings accounts. Ronald Read kept his money in the stock market. The difference in outcome over 40 years is not incremental, it is 17 times larger. Habit 2. Invest the gap, consistently, every single month. Ronald Read didn't try to time the market. He didn't wait for the right moment. He didn't watch the news and second-guess himself. He simply bought shares in the same companies month after month for decades. $300 a month. In a savings account for 40 years, $144,000. In an index fund for 40 years, $1,900,000. Same discipline, same 40 years, 17 times the outcome. And here is the most important number. Of that 1.9 million, only 7.6% came from the money you put in. 92.4% came from compounding. The market working for you while you sleep, while you live, while you age. Habit 3. Reinvest every dividend. This is the one most people skip. Most people, when their dividend payment arrives, they take it as income. They spend it. Ronald Read did the opposite. Every dividend, without exception, went back into the same stock that paid it. More shares, more dividends, more shares. The flywheel never stopped turning. What starts as a small number becomes a large number, becomes a number that generates its own income. Income that buys more shares that generate more income. This is compound interest operating at its full potential. And it is patient. And it is silent. And it is absolutely relentless. Now, here is what this looks like today. Step 1. Find your gap. Calculate the difference between what you earn and what you actually spend each month. That number, however small, is your starting point. $300, $100, $50. The amount does not matter at the beginning. The habit does. Step 2. Open an index fund account. A total market index fund. Low cost, the kind that tracks the entire stock market. Set up automatic monthly contributions for your gap amount. Automatic, so it happens whether you think about it or not. Step 3. Turn on automatic dividend reinvestment. Most brokerages call this DRIP, Dividend Reinvestment Plan. One toggle, turn it on, leave it on, forever. That is the entire system. Ronald Read didn't have access to apps or automatic investing. He did this manually, by hand, with paper certificates. You have every advantage he never had. The only question is whether you will use them. Ronald Read left $6 million to Brattleboro Memorial Hospital. He left $1.2 million to the local library. He left money to friends and family. He never told them it was coming. The hospital didn't know. The library didn't know. Nobody knew. He just kept showing up. He kept reading the journal. He kept buying shares. He kept reinvesting the dividends for 60 years, without recognition, without anyone watching, because Ronald Read understood something that most people never figure out. Wealth is not about what people see. It is about what you do when nobody is looking. Every single day, for as long as it takes. If this video changed how you think about money, subscribe.